China. My name is Thomas Geiger and today I've got something really special for you. The 911R. This car is really important for Porsche because the guys like to prove that their iconic sports car is still a true racing machine. And that's why they built this special series of the 911. They stripped everything out you didn't need. They put a big 6-cylinder naturally aspirated engine in, and they really tried to prove this is pure racing feeling and not the comfort cruiser with which you can go from home to your office and back. Want to see how that feels? Join me on a ride. Even if it's a truly exotic 911 model and a really rare and expensive one as well, it's not a piece of car porn. It's really discreet and it shows that it has power, but it's not showing off. There is no big rear wing, there are no big fenders, they're just the regular wheels, some aerodynamic improvements, but it's not a car that's really yelling, "Yes, I am big and I am strong." To save even more weight, Porsche threw away the regular door handles. Instead of the grips, they just used these ropes as you know it from the RS models. And you just pull it and open the door. It works as well as it does with the regular handles, but the weight is way less. Six cylinders, 4 liters of displacement, 500 horsepower, 460 newton meters of torque, 3.8 seconds from 0 to 100 and a top speed of 323 kilometers per hour. The specs alone make this Porsche 911R the new star of the family. And believe me, reading the specs alone is boring compared of driving this beast. For many drivers, it's hard to operate a stick shift gearbox, not only because of the work with the clutch, but also because it's difficult to match the revs of the engine while changing the gears. Porsche knows that and found a solution for that. They're electronically controlling the engine speed and giving a little power when you change the gears so that the rev matches and you easily squeeze in the next lower or upper gear. It only takes 3.8 seconds to get the car up to 100 kilometers per hour. And if you stay on the throttle, it will run 323 kilometers per hour, but not on a public road like this one. Sorry for that, guys. Another thing that I really like with this engine is the way it revs up, because it revs up to more than 8,000 turns per minute, something you won't have in any turbocharged engine anymore. So that's really a benefit of sticking to the old traditions. You may not expect a lot of comfort if you're driving the 911R, because that's the purest Porsche you can get beside the true race models. That's the reason why you got these slim bucket seats and why there is almost no insulation in the car. So the engine is really roaring loud and you can hear every stone rattling in the wheelhouses. That's a real noisy beast and not a comfort daily cruiser. Yes, it's a loud car, it's a powerful car, and it's a brutal car. But it's not a cruel sports car. If you cruise along with the regular setup, you still easily can handle the vehicle. But if you set in sports mode and set the suspension in sports mode as well, it's gonna get quite bumpy and you have to work a little to keep the car on the line. But that's what makes a Porsche a Porsche. Really great driving. Now we're coming to the saddest part of my test drive with the 911R. The way back to the Zuffenhausen factory where the car is built close to Stuttgart and where a guy at the gate is waiting that I hand over the keys again. That's a real pity because I'd love to keep that car. Okay, you might say, why don't you buy one? There are two reasons for that. The one reason is it is way too expensive for me, and the second reason is all the 991 cars are already sold out. So even if I'd like to, I can't. No money of the world will buy me one, at least not at the Porsche dealership. So now you probably understand why I'm a bit sad going back to Porsche now.